30-second, 3-minute video. It's live, easier to upload. Number one, here's the R letter. When you outline the R, and remember there's guidelines. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. The thing about 3/4 is 3/4 and 1/4 make up the reality. Here it is. 3/4, the R becomes a B, and here's your 1/4 left over. That's your Earth. So if you put that, that would be the I dot. But I'm just making it up. In the word Tenet, if you ever looked at the scrolls, the N is backwards. Does that mean the center N is in a mirror? And the same thing over here. There are 3 letters that are backwards in Tenet. This one, and this one. Sator, Arpo, Tenant, Sator, Arpo, Tenant, Opera, Rotas. And then this would be Sator. So this would be Sator. This would be Rotas. And then the S, this would be the R that comes over here. Is this R backwards? I don't remember. But there's a whole thing in this. And the movie came out, and I'm still going over the same scenario. Anyways, happy birthday to me. It's my birthday today. It must be all about mirrors, I think. Very important and dominant factor. You know what's funny? I always say that. Is that a couple of videos ago, somebody, maybe it was you, who also said the same thing about mirrors. Sure. You look this way, you see the mirror, and you see something over here. Happy birthday from Holland. Oh boy, what time is it? Wow, I like that word. Are you happy and free? We're in a red zone where I am. Restaurants are closed, and many things are closed, can't go out, because we live in such a beautiful world. Ho, ho, ho. And get the axe out. I guess it must be the Tin Man with the axe. Right? Tin Man with the axe. Imagine you have a little bit free. Well, not here. This is one person maximum to house. We can't go, look at that. A friend of mine just had a puzzle fall out of the closet. Life and liberty. Notice that and is actually a backwards S. I'm just trying to figure out what this part is. Everything has symbols. There's symbols in everything. So this is backwards. So where are we? Oh yes, it's my 57th birthday. Or 19 prime, because 3 by 19 is 57. But to create this 19, the first number that creates 19 is 1 and 3. But the whole thing is 1 inside a 2 that creates the 3. And then you need 10 to create this. And that comes out of Mercury. Because the number to Mercury is 103. The combination of 51 and 52, closest numbers, is 103. 1, 3. Earth and Mars come together. Well, before I get to that, I just want to finish with one thing. The prime number of 13, prime number of 43, prime number of 34 is not prime, but 43 is prime. Let's go to, you see 14. This is where we get the 4 corners and then the dot in the center. And that can be number 14. I don't know the way they want to look at it. I have to talk with a lot of people, and I don't really get much discussed on how we can look at number 14. What I can tell you about number 14 is it is the beginning of the divide of number 16 and number 18. And then the reverse of 14 is 23. So if you're asking me, is there anything special about 14? The reverse is number 23, because on the roulette wheel, okay, this is what it looks like. These are the obligations. Because red and red, red and red, black and black. Doesn't happen anywhere else in the wheel. And this is the reflection right here. So the reflection of 14 is 23. This will be 9. This will be 11 in my mathematics. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. 5 times 4, 5 plus 4. 29. And it's a reflection and a reverse of 16. There's a whole mathematical thing that goes along with this. 16 is not prime. It's 8 by 2, the cycle of the moon, 4 by 4. And that would be your phi. So however that mathematical phi and whatever that means in mathematics, it goes along with number 16, which is the half-life. And 16 gets reverted into 91 or 19, which comes back to 57, which is created from 13, which is 4 and 3 equals to 7 and the gateway. So 13 times 7 equals to your 91. That's an easy way to get it. But the hard way to get this 19 is 1 by 3, 1 plus 3. 4 times 3, 4 plus 3 equals to 7 and 12, 19. 1 and 2 equals to 3, 73. And now you're back to the numeric value for the red sun. So if we want to come back to 14, that is birth, DNA, and the sun. 9 times 6 equals 54. 9 times 5 equals 45. This 5 and 6 is, okay, 5 times 6 is 30. 5 plus 6, 11. Back to 41 again, or 1 and 4. So there's a whole lot of mathematics that jiggle everything around. Now, what is 30? 30 works for the day of creation. 11, 5 and 6 is the sun, or the student of life, the universal student that keeps turning around in this world, the orphan student. And the reason it's the orphan student is because in the game of roulette, they call certain numbers, they say Orpheus, Morpheus, or actually they're trying to say Orpheus or Morpheus is actually saying we're all the orphan children. So you put something up here. Let me read this. All the numbers are special, but 14 is it 10 plus 4, or is it the whole 14 altogether? 7 times 2, the red sun. 7 and 7 is Christ. There's just so many things to talk about, and it's not for me to say exactly what is right and what it exactly means without having discussions. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Hold on, let me turn this around. Put me on the big screen, put me on the small screen, whatever it is, let the numbers talk. Let the reason why I'm out here doing this, what am I going to get out of it? Can I make some money? Make some money that keeps me going, that feeds my mouth, or at the same time, if there's anything that ever comes to that, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with if I don't share these videos and I just write it down in a book, who's ever going to see it? There's going to be that one special person, and everybody is special to their own effect on how they have their perception of what's going on and who they're going to discuss with tomorrow, saying, hey, look at this. Look at these numbers. Look at this word. Look at this, and wake up. And we all start to wake up and we stop following the wheel. Because right now, if we would have stopped this wheel 200 years ago, we wouldn't be in the position we are today. Very interesting. I didn't know that. 13 levels to a pyramid. Well, if there's 13 levels to the pyramid, I would have to look at it. I want to ask you a question. If there's 3 walls to a pyramid, don't forget to count the floor. So there's 4. A minimum pyramid size is 4. So if you're telling me about the Twin Towers, how many floors were on the Twin Towers? They talk about 110. But if you go to the roof, that would be 111. And when you say phases, a phase also means energy, as in a phase 1, phase 2. I forget where it is in energy. Anyways, let me turn this around and finish this off, what I started. So this video is really supposed to be about 110, 112 floors. Well, are you talking about going down 1 floor? That would be minus. So I really didn't want to count that, but that's good itself. Very good. 110, 111, 112. So the N is backwards, and that's Russia. Backwards letters are Russia, and the R becomes a B. So through the birth, 29, stemming from 14, is your R as the 18th letter. You can also look at number 14 as 1/4, and 1/4, the numeric value for Earth is 2552. That's your 1/4. Anyways, at my friend's house, she invited me for dinner. I'm not going to tell you. It's not fair. We're one-on-one. We both have our masks on. Here's my mask. And I got a radio for my birthday. And now I'm going to have to go and look at that. Q and R. There's my birthday right over there. Here's part of the moon phase. Here's part of rotation. And that's it. Let's stop that video right now. Thank you for watching. I'm not a good, I'm not, my host is good, and I'm not being a good, what do you want to call it? Being rude. Being rude. Ciao, ciao.